Hey guys, Rusty here, WHP. Today I am going to change the oil on my Outlander, and it's only because during Hurricane Ian, if you've seen any of the videos to the shop, we had water all the way up to about right here, so it filled the engine up. Normally on an oil change I would start it up and let it run, get it up to temperature. So not going to do that because of the amount of water that's in it. So we're going to start by draining the oil. Your drain plug is going to be up through the frame. If I can do this, it's a 13 millimeter. This is very hard to do with one hand, but I want to show y'all what this fluid looks like. It's very hard. I'm like using my head to balance myself, kind of like a juggler. So let's see. Yeah, as you can see, that looks good, but that first portion definitely has some water in it. So let me let this drain. I gotta wash my hands real quick, and we'll come back with the oil filter. If I can get it to stop. It won't stop. My camera won't stop. Okay, so here's your oil filter cover. So I pulled this cover off. It makes it a little bit easier to access it. There's about 5 push pins total, a couple of hidden ones. Right there above your axle, in the front by your axle, and then there's just a couple down the side and one up top. But 8 millimeter. Let me pop this cover off, and we'll get the filter out and switch it out. Alright, filter's out. As you can see, it's pretty clean because it hasn't been that long, but we did have water all the way up in the housing. There's your housing. So filter's only going one way. Remember, the seal goes in. This is the side that sticks out. Make sure we change this O-ring. So we're gonna get that all changed out, cleaned out in there. And we're gonna get this put back together. I'm gonna get the drain plug back in it, and we'll move on to the next step. So, little hack here. O-rings on. A lot of people like to use engine oil or some type of oil to lube this up. That can help. Basically, the point of the oil is to make sure that this doesn't get corroded to it and stuck. I would suggest, if you have it, using dielectrical grease, because dielectrical grease actually repels moisture, whereas oil kind of accepts it, and you could still end up with the same results without using any oil. And the dielectrical grease acts as a even lube to put it in there, so you won't have to worry about this thing being frozen up, especially if you're going through a lot of water. Dielectrical grease, this is a practice I use on regular cars and trucks, you know, AC, especially if you're doing AC work. Dielectrical grease on the O-rings, it'll save you the heartache. All right. Also, filter, remember, it only goes in one way. It has a lip it sits on, so you could install the filter first. I see where some people are putting the filter in this housing, which makes no sense, because if you just shove it in there, you could bite that lip on the filter, causing it to have lower oil pressure, basically, because it'll be leaking through. So you want to install that by hand, and you'll push it up on the ledge there. So let me get this installed, get the plug back in. I'm using a XPS kit that you can get these off of eBay for like, I want to say it was like 40 bucks. Comes with all the quartz you need, but we'll get back to that after we get all this installed. It also does come with new washers for the drain plugs. Okay, so got this thing all together. did have another section of the video I had to just delete because I had a customer walk in here and mess it all up, and I'm not pulling the oil back out just to do it. So this thing ended up taking, so what I did is I did two, let me get over here, two of your bigger ones, which are a liter or 2 pints. Yeah. So two of these in there, ran it for about 5 minutes, and then pulled the dipstick and checked it, and then it ended up taking a half of one of these to fully get it topped off. So that is your oil change for a 570. I do need to check the differential fluids, but what I'll do first is I will drive around the parking lot and then just pop my plugs, and if it looks cream colored, then we're gonna change it. So I have a plug right here, and then I can visually see in them. I have to still put all my plastics together, and then this one right there is the other plug. So I got other stuff I have to do before I get to that, but check us out on Facebook, hit the like button, subscribe, and as always guys, keep wrenching and watch out for Hurricane Ian.